Okay. Namanda, 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 namanda. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Keisuke Lee Miyaki at Buddhist Church of San Francisco. Today, I would like to talk about karma. I believe you may love that word, karma, and usually using in a daily conversation. And recently, I have often heard the word karma, probably because it is an unprecedented year of political and economic turmoil, natural disasters, and the pandemic. In Japanese, it is called go. It is not go. It is go. Originally, it is Chinese translation of the Sanskrit word karman. K-A-R-M-A-N, karman. Especially in American Buddhism, it seems to be the word, this word that has taken root in daily English due to the relatively long history of Buddhism since the 1960s. According to my favorite dictionary, karma has the following two meanings. First, the belief that all the good and bad things that you do in this life affect how good or bad your future lives will be, according to the Hindu and Buddhist religions. Second, the feeling that you get from a person, place, or action. So karma that we make in our daily lives has the strong meanings of such as a personal feeling that all the good and bad things that you do in this life affect how good or bad your future lives will be based on your fate and behaviors. Therefore, my honest feeling, that several ideas of karma seems to be mixed up with evil karma. One got what one deserved, or reincarnation, mixed up. This term karma looks like using quite a lot by people who have seen the traumatic news of the coronavirus, with American political leaders stubbornly ignoring prevention masks against medical and epidemiological opinions. Additionally, it's not often used for the dead because of sympathy or cultural norms. However, back to the 1980s, I think it was judgmentally used as a logic of karma for the victims during the AIDS pandemic that caused devastating damages to the LGBTQ community. Not limited to political and historical stories, but some of you might experience your parents harshly say to this logic. Say to you, that's why I told you. How many people have you ever heard that word? That's why I told you. Have you ever had suffering to try to finish your homework all night because you were so lazy during summer vacation? And especially in Japanese experience, if you had. Have you ever behaved so foolishly that you were seriously injured or ruined your friendship? How about when you ate too much ice cream and got stomachache? Or when you got too drunk and a hangover the next day? If you can laugh at the episodes and forgive or forget them after a few hours, there's fine, nothing to worry about it, to use the karma as much as you are satisfied. However, if this seriously affects a person's life or death, it becomes a very problematic usage of the word karma. From the point of view of the causation in Buddhism, it is extremely rare that a single cause and effect are simply linked. So please be careful about how to use karma. As a Buddhist, it is not a word to attack, criticize, or admonish others. It is a word that should be used for your own path as a Buddhist, as well as for one's awareness, awakening toward Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Originally, there were three meanings of karma in Buddhism. One is Bodhisattva's vow and Buddha's enlightenment. It is called the wisdom and pure deeds of the Bodhisattva, or the karmic power of Amida Buddha's great vow. The second is our awareness of our own harmful behavior or interconnectedness as of touching the wisdom and compassion. It is called deeply and heavily painful karma. The third is the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, which was conveyed by Tathagata to us. It is called the name embodying the criminal vow for the act of true settlement. It's such a long, or the cause of birth, entrusting with sincere mind that is other power. The 13th passage of Tannisho reminds Buddhists who are caught up in the idea of Hongan Bokori. Hongan Bokori is the term, and the meaning is the misunderstanding the Dharma as whatever they can do because they are protected by the Amida criminal vow. Wrongfully powerful awareness, I could say. Additionally, the passage warns people about the popular concept. You receive the reward of your deeds. You deserve whatever you get. Although the karma means acts by your body, words, and mind, including your past life, and the consequences. Some of you remember Jataka's rabbit story to become a Buddha. It was originally a spiritual perspective that your presence is interrelated and connected to countless past and other lives. That is why Tannisho has denied an egoistic causal theory. I will quote, "You do not kill because your heart is good. In the same way, a person may wish not to harm anyone and yet end up killing 100 or 1,000 people." Continue. "We believe that if our hearts are good, then it is good for birth. And if our hearts are evil, it is bad for birth, failing to realize that it is by inconceivable working of the vow that we are saved." Where did the misconception start? Karma originally meant one's own appearance and behavior. It became a word to evaluate others, sadly. It was very terrible if it oppresses people based on a socioeconomic status or inherited traits. For example, what about judgment and biases against rich or poor, male, female, or others, physical characteristic, race, genetic illnesses, and experiences of natural disasters or traffic accidents? I think it is still widely used for a couple thousand years. Such a convenient interpretation of karma based on implicit biases and social prejudice. This will lead us to avoid the communal responsibility to correct the social structural discrimination by passing on the responsibility to individual or specific groups only. It should also consider if you think your usage of karma is good, great, fine, because you don't judge others, but only yourself. When I introduce myself as a Buddhist here in the United States, they often project on me an image of a Buddhist. The image is holy, such a holy. I could say like a little bit exaggerated. Sorry if you're feeling offensive a little bit. I carry my own happiness and unhappiness on my own shoulders. Do not complain or complain, even in adversity. Do not envy others. Do not criticize society. Believe that all causes are my own and myself. I will always repent of myself and strive to sow good deeds for a new cause. Isn't it wonderful? Beautiful person, yes. But with this kind of person, I'm not sure the Buddhist thinks the pure concept as their role model or ideal styles. Is this the right view or right resolve of the Eightfold Path? Is it discouraging some voluntary action to work collaboratively with others or community? Why are we trying to force it to others, the concept? The political terms of self-responsibility and self-support, which is very popular in politics now, were the sign of out-of-context logic of karma that has survived still in the 21st century. Please consider it and reflect oneself. Finally, I would like to conclude by a quote from Sutta Nipata, Gasho. We ask Gautama, the I arising in the world. Is one a Brahman through birth, or is it through action? Tell us who don't know how we might know a Brahman. Buddha answered, in human beings that's not found individually in their bodies, but their identification is described in terms of convention. Not by birth is one a Brahman, not by birth a non-Brahman. By action is one a Brahman. By action is one a farmer. By action one is a craftsman. By action is one a merchant. By action one is a servant. By action is one a thief. By action one is a soldier. By action is one a priest. By action one is a king. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Thank you for listening to